discussed?
I believe so. Well, again, I'm not saying, no, wait. I don't know what location's being discussed. There are rumors about me talking about a location. I don't know what location that is. We have a number of leases with Nino Homes, and yes, you can look at them. They are in the register of deeds. Yes.
The leases are public record?
Yes.
That was question 4. Are they public record? Yes. Why are you still seeking leases from property owners if you don't have plans to drill in the future?
Under the possibility that this is a successful well, also that, as I've mentioned a couple of times, we would look at paying on a reservoir larger than the 40-acre drilling unit that we have, and so potentially we want to include those people in the royalties that we pay off from production.
How can you say that property values will not go down when there's been a statement by the MDEQ that this type of operation in a heavily residential area has not occurred before?
I disagree with the DEQ. I mean, maybe in Mr. Lanigan's experience, he didn't realize it, but we've definitely drilled a well in Novi. Also, our Barragasi well that we drilled, there was a house that was built. The homeowner built a house within 70 feet of that well after the fact. Our regulation is we can't be any closer when we drill the well, but there's nothing that prevents a homeowner from building closer, and he built 70 feet away.
You missed one of my questions. You missed the question that asked, are there laws for the proximity of a production facility?
No, that's for me, right?
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And the answer is yes. The township is going to regulate those processing sites within our zonings we currently have now for industrial.
So right now we don't know how
No.
far? Oh, but can we create something like?
Well, there is state regulation. I mean,
The township will regulate it. I don't want to say where the number's going to be, but yes, we believe we're covered on that issue.
Thank you.
All right, next person. Thank you.
My question's pretty simple, but what is in brine? What is brine? Because I'm sure it's not what I use in my kitchen. I cook. And the water coming out of the well, you said it will produce gas, oil, and water possibly. What is in the water that's coming up out of the well? Because I'm sure it's not good drinking water. And then the third question is, do they transfer costs to consumers' powers? Will we see transfer fees on our bills for the pipeline?
Okay, thank you. What is brine?
Okay, brine is calcium and sodium chloride. Around here, typically, they spread it on roads. We do not authorize our brine for the spreading on for use and spreading on roads. We take it to a disposal well, EPA-approved disposal well.
What is in the water that's coming back out of those wells?
This typically, the water weighs about 9.8 pounds per gallon. It's calcium, magnesium, and sodium chloride. In some areas, they actually evaporate it for use as table salt. That's not our core business, and it's cost intensive, so we don't do that.
Should the residents expect, or may they expect, that there will be some cost associated with the pipeline if it's in a consumer's corridor or already being built for consumers, by consumers? Is there additional costs and fees that we're going to be expected to shoulder because of your activity?
No.
Okay. That is all the questions. Mr. Stavius?
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you for coming tonight. Mr. Rob Huth, I want to thank you for managing this meeting. We're only 4 minutes late. And Mr. Baker and Mr. Gibson, I want to thank you for showing up here. I know it's something that you've talked about doing, and I hope to see you sometime soon. We will be in contact with you as we go forward. And I want to remind everybody also that if you go to our website, www.shelbytwp.org, we do have information going on there almost daily. So if you want to keep up with us, obviously you can call my office or any one of the board of trustees, and we will get back to you. And also I want to thank the Plaza Grande for giving us this room and for putting up with us. I think they've done a fine job too. Let's give them a hand. Thank you, everybody, and good night.